I'm making this video because Nick did not make it to the Olympia. I can confirm at least 11 other people that he's told had fake gear because things didn't turn out the way that it should have. My coach is Matt Jansen, or was Matt Jansen. I fired his ass because he did a job during the contest prep.
Hey guys, Ivan here with another video today, and I had to make this one because we got something juicy today. So Quinton Eriya made a video, a YouTube video, where he goes on about Matt Jansen. He comes at him hard, man. So you guys know what happened with Quinton earlier this year. He was heavier than he ever was in the off-season. We all thought he was going to show up looking like Samson Dauda, but in his prep, he lost a whole bunch of muscle and showed up on that stage looking like he looked 5 years ago. And his coach was Matt Jansen. Then we had Nick Walker recently pulling out of the Mr. Olympia. After that, we had Sean Clarida looking like a shadow of himself. Also, coached by the same guy, Matt Jansen. Matt Jansen, who at some point used to be like one of the top 3 coaches in the world, but in the meantime, he had a pec tear and he, moved away from bodybuilding, and now he's doing triathlon, and he's like a serious athlete in that sport. And also he became a pretty big business owner. He's a part owner of Raw and Revive, 2 major supplement companies, and he's still coaching. He's still coaching these top athletes. However, he's failing miserably. And I already said this on my channel. I figured he's done as a coach, basically. But we have Quinton Eriya here spilling some beans, talking about what happened in his prep with Matt Jansen. Let me show you the highlights of Quinton's video.
My coach is Matt Jansen, or was Matt Jansen. I fired his ass because he did a job during the contest prep. And I was criticized about firing him. People were like, well, why did you fire him? You should have given him another chance. Listen, I was worse than I was 2 years ago. I took all that time, I made all these sacrifices, I put in money, I invested money into this, I invested my time, my energy, I wasn't going out. I was a bodybuilding robot. All I did was bodybuild, all to show up to stage and be smaller. Now, let me tell you the difference between a great coach and somebody that's just a great marketer. Like, this isn't like you just kind of missed. I lost 10 pounds of muscle. I was leaner years before. Like 2 years ago, I was leaner, 10 pounds heavier than I was this year. He gaslit me after it and he said that my gear was fake. Yes, guys, he told me my gear was fake. It wasn't the 2 hours of fucking cardio that I was doing because you were afraid I wasn't gonna show up in shape. It wasn't the 2 hours of cardio, it was my gear was fake. Now, there's zero accountability after, and people are wondering why I fired him. I'm like, well, how do you continue to work with someone when you can't agree on what the problem was? The problem was, it was a miscalculation. It was a complete miscalculation for weeks, months of the prep. I'm making this video because Nick did not make it to the Olympia. Oh, his body's not responding? You just realized his body wasn't responding, bro? Like, his body wasn't responding at 14 weeks out, 12 weeks out, 10 weeks out. At what point do you realize, oh shit, this isn't gonna work? The guy moved to your state, to your city, like, guy's right there. I can confirm at least 11 other people that he's told had fake gear because things didn't turn out the way that it should have. When I was at 320, he pushed me, he said I was too lean. One of the excuses at the end was that, oh, we pushed the off season too hard and it was hard to get in shape. It's like, well, you said that. You told me I was too lean. I think the problem is his ability to adaptability as a coach, like, terrible, garbage. Sean Clarida, he made an excuse after prejudging. Matt made an excuse about Sean, saying the judges asked for that. No, the judges didn't ask for the guy to be flat.
All right, Quinton did not hold back. He did not hold back his punches. He was all out A lot of these things were said before by him on his Instagram, but now he made a full YouTube video. You should watch the whole thing, guys. Like, there is a lot of other interesting things that I just can't put in my video, but basically the most interesting part is that he can find 11 other people who Matt Jansen told that they're bad, that they're looking bad because their gear is fake. And he said this to Quinton Eriya as well, and he apparently said this to Nick Walker too. Not publicly, but that's the rumor, that's what everybody's saying. Nick probably shared it with everybody, so we know he said that to him. Did he say the same thing to Sean Clarita? I don't know. I don't think Sean would say that publicly, but maybe he did. Also, Quinn says that Matt just has great marketing and that's it. His adaptability to his athletes is very poor, meaning that he probably learned a couple of things from one coach, maybe Chad Nichols, and he's just copying what the guy used to do back in the day, and it worked with some people and it doesn't work with some others, especially when they're facing problems. He doesn't know how to fix them, and that's the biggest trait of a coach, having the ability to problem solve. That's the biggest one, problem solving ability. And based on Quinton, Matt simply doesn't have that. And he's also not really focused on his athletes, on his coaching. So maybe this is the time when Matt should just retire, focus on his business and triathlon, and just move away from bodybuilding because apparently it's not working. 3 athletes this year were completely ruined, their time was wasted, their effort was pointless, and Quinton made a video to make people more aware of what is happening here. So guys, go ahead and listen to Quinton's video. You're gonna understand things a little bit more clearly, like what he was doing with him, what he was telling him. A lot of interesting details in this video. Go ahead and watch it and then tell me down below, what do you think about this? Alright, the other thing we got in this video is the Mr. Olympia Brazil. And here is the classic physique division, and in this top 3 we have Ramon, expectedly. We knew that he was prepping and that he is the favorite to win this show because he was 4th at the Mr. Olympia, but we have a very, very good Niall Darwin, if that's how you pronounce his name. So these 3 guys, I don't know what's the name of the guy in the center. I've seen him being tagged, but he didn't put his name in his Instagram, so I don't know what to say who he is. But I think it is between Ramon Dino and Niall Darwin. Now, this is in Brazil. So the chances of Ramon losing are very, very small. Very, very tiny. I'm sure there is half of the judges are Brazilian. I'm pretty sure. And Ramon is okay. He's in condition, so he's most likely going to win. But I think if this was an American show, I don't know if this would happen. I mean, Niall did place out of top 10, I believe, or 10th, 11th, something like that. And right before the Mr. Olympia made a video about him, I said he was going to be the dark horse at that show. And I think he could have easily placed above Wesley Wissers. I think Wesley placed as high as he did because of his name, because he is the Arnold Classic champion, but I think Wesley was far off, and a lot of these guys could have beaten him and probably were better than him, and I think Niall could have been higher than Wesley, so I don't think there is that big of a discrepancy between Niall and Ramon, especially here when he's standing next to Ramon. I don't know if he improved or if Ramon got worse or if both of them improved. I don't know what happened, but basically right here when they're standing one next to another, I'm not sure who to give this victory to. Especially because Ramon had the same issue he had at the Mr. Olympia. Is this his coach's fault? Is Chris Aceto to be blamed for Ramon sweating uncontrollably? I don't think so. I think Chad Nichols wrote a little bit about this, and he said it it can happen because multiple reasons, and I don't think it's just Ramon being watery. I think he is dry. I think he is conditioned. I don't know where this fat is coming from and why. I know from my experience, I did some shows that I didn't really have to go all in to win them, they were weaker shows over here in Serbia, so I just, put the tan on, didn't do anything as far as peak week, and I was watery, full and watery, but I was sweating like crazy on that stage. And whenever I peaked for the show, whenever I dehydrated properly, the sweating would not be happening, but I guess that's not it, because Ramon actually looks to be in really good shape, he looks dry. And this is sweat, it's not sub-Q water. I don't know what is going on here, guys. Why is this happening to him? Why does it keep happening? Is it going to be an issue in the future at the Mr. Olympia next year? Or at the Arnold Classic if he does that? I don't know, but he had the same issue here like at the Mr. Olympia, and it might hurt his placing here. So like I said, Niall definitely brought it. This guy has freaking crazy genetics. Probably the smallest waist in the IFBB right now. I mean, waist to shoulder ratio, but even more so, waist to leg ratio. Look at the freaking size of that freaking waist. It's like half the size of his leg. It's absolutely nuts, man. It's crazy. And like overall, he has a lot of muscle in the legs. He has pretty good conditioning, good back, good arms, good chest, good legs. Like everything is there. Like he's very complete as well. A phenomenal physique, guys. But like Ramon, I still think Ramon is better. Not by much. You know, he is still better. I think Ramon can still like win the Mr. Olympia next year as long as he is on. I mean, this is not his best year. At the Arnold Classic and at the Mr. Olympia this year, he is not at his absolute maximum potential. But, you know, he might come back next year and look very good. Now, as far as him winning this show against Niall, yeah, I think he's going to win it, guys. I mean, it's in Brazil, again. And, like, the judges gave it to this guy, and Ramon just beat him by, like, 5 or 6 spots at the Mr. Olympia. It would be a scandal in Brazil. Like, the fans would jump on the judges and probably, I don't know, do something bad to them. I can definitely see that happening. So yeah, Ramon is going to win this. Is this Ramon at his best? I don't think so. But I think he's still going to win this show. Tell me, guys, what do you think about Quinton Eriya and Matt Jansen and about Ramon Dino as well? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you soon. All the best and bye-bye.